Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Lucas, and with me today is Leo Elias of Phuket Fight Club. How are you doing, Leo?
I'm fine, bro. Everything fine. Thanks.
Good, good. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Leo, he is a very accomplished trainer. He brought up Nawee, Phuket Fight Club, who did very well at Channel 7. Elias Rodriguez, who took Stamps 1 championship belt. There's Lobo, Phuket Fight Club, who has won the Amnoi belt. He won that recently. And Kajaiba, who is a WBC champ and Thailand national champ, correct?
Yeah.
So obviously you've had a lot of accomplishment with these fighters, but you are also growing in terms of your media presence. So what is it like being both a trainer and then a public person, an influencer of sorts?
I don't know if I'm an influencer, but I just think like a lot of people like watch what I'm doing because like it's hard to like afford and make something happen here, and then when the things start to happen, and then I think more people start to look what I was doing and what I'm doing now. And then I think from that, like I start to become not an influencer, but a guy who like many people like look in the sport, like in the sport, people look what I'm doing, how I'm doing, like how I make the things working, I think like that.
Yeah,
I don't know if I feel I'm an influencer, but I just do my things, I just do my job every day. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely started looking at you more and following you more after Nawee beat Petchgantat at FA Group.
No, not fight. Was this small? Was very small.
Yeah.
Nawee.
Yeah, but after Nawee beat Petchgantat, you were interviewed by the Thai press, and that's very unusual for a foreigner.
Yeah.
So what is it like dealing with Thai media? Is it different than dealing with Western media or Brazilian media?
So like after that fight, like I was like a trainer, like I think 5 years already in that fight, but I don't have a lot of media on me. But after that fight, like the things start to get even a little bit crazy, like all the Thai media start to look to me, like because now he was an underdog in that fight. Petchgantat in that time I think he was the Thailand champion. I think he was the Thailand champion still. He was the Thailand champion that time. And he was like, he fought with Klapudan, he fought with good names. And then he's like we was the underdog, and we get the call like 4 days before the fight. And then we just accept the fight 4 days before. And then we was like in the gamble and everything, we was the underdog. But we make I was taking away from like 9 fights, and he didn't lose any fight, and he get good, he beat good guys, and then we get Petchgantat, and then was a good plan, was one of the best fights of Nawee. And after that fight, they interviewed him in Channel 7. After I went to Amarim because Kajaiba fought that day also, and then they interviewed me there also with Nawee because he was the common event of Channel 7. And then everything started. After that, we have Narak, who beat many people here, and then Kajaiba start to fight like good names and beat good names, and then become the Thailand champion, the WBC champion, and other belts. And then Lobo become like a famous also, and then everything started to get crazy. And then everything get even more crazy when Pompayak called me and asked me to help and take care of him. And then the Thai media get even crazy, like now. Before I do a lot of interviews, but now I do even more. Like all the time I do interview for Thai media, for many places. And after that fight, after like Nawee, and then after the boys get some titles, and after Pampayak, get really crazy the things with the Thai media. You know?
Mhm. And do the different sort of types of media ask different questions? What does, say, the Thai media ask that maybe the Brazilians don't ask? Or, what do the Brazilians ask you about versus the Thai media? Is it different or is it about the same?
It's a little bit different in Thai media. They ask more like it's different way. You know, they like really like inside, like really deep in the sport. So it's really like about small things, about what to think, about the weight, about what to think, what's the plan for the future of the fighters. And also, I think they start to interview me a lot because it's not a normal thing, and then it start to become like for them, it's like not, I cannot say a fun thing, but like they're like, oh, it's like crazy. Look at the foreigner, you know, the foreigner doing, and then he's doing really good. Like this never happened before, you know, and then start to get more and more.
Mhm.
And now like I know all the guys from the media in Thailand, like all the like the pages, all the like the guys, the reporters, like I know everybody. Like they interview me all the time now.
Mhm. And is it difficult for you to speak Thai to them? Because I know, for instance, when I've been interviewed or I have dealt with fighters being interviewed, like I remember one time Sam Bark, Simone Deckers was interviewed at Rangsit Stadium. They interviewed him in Thai and he was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Do you get nervous or do you have a little bit of difficulty expressing yourself in Thai, or how do you feel about it?
I don't really get nervous. Like I have a Thai girlfriend.
Mhm.
I speak Thai like quite well. You know, like I speak even like I think better than English. I don't know.
Mhm.
And in the beginning I feel nervous not because the league, but because like I interview. You know, before I never do a lot of interviews. Like even when I before even if I do in Portuguese in Brazil, like I was nervous. Even now if I have to do an interview in English, I get a little bit nervous, not a normal thing. But after I start to do a lot, I start to feel okay. Like I don't really feel any different of like now we do it than with them. Like I can speak like okay from
Mhm.
fights from Muay Thai about Muay Thai. I can like speak okay. I can speak about everything.
And how do you think being in the public spotlight a bit more has impacted the gym and your career?
I think have a big impact because like even that thing like Pampayak just come to me because he started to see me around and he started to follow me and he started to like look around, you know, and then he saw me many places. We talked before, but nothing really serious about training or anything. And then he just contacted me because he's seeing me all the time with the fighters, all the time with in the interviews and in the things like, and then like helped me a lot, you know, in many things, even outside Thailand. Now people contact me all the time to maybe to go to work or do things outside because they're those, you know.
Yeah, obviously being a more of a public figure has given you more opportunities. What is it like getting those opportunities? And I know at one point you got a big offer, but you decided to stay in Phuket. What is it like managing more of these options and opportunities?
I don't know, just I get other like opportunities before,
Mhm.
but not like that, not like big like that, like to like can change your life, you know. But I get before, and then I think all my life I live with like I do the things with my feelings, you know, and then my feeling is not the time to go, you know. I feel I'm doing like well here, and I know all that opportunities I have right now is because like what I'm doing, you know, and what I show the world from here, you know. And I start. I'm not. I'm not the owner from the gym, but I start from the beginning, from like really the beginning, you know. And then we grow up together, you know. The gym grow up. I grow up as a trainer, you know. And I just think like if I keep doing my things, that opportunity or other ones gonna come also, you know, like better, even good, like that one or even better than that one. You know, I don't put my head a lot on the money. You know, I just put about do my work well, and I know if I do my work well, good things gonna come. You know?
Mhm. And do you feel you've learned anything particular from being more high profile? Like, you know, because your words have impact with people now, do you feel more responsibility? Do you feel you've learned how to say things in certain ways? What have you learned from having done all these interviews and being more impactful?
I try to be myself all the time, but I know like I try to don't show or like say bad things because I know many people, even like young people, watch me. You know, like because they like the sport, and I just try to show like because everybody knows Muay Thai is a hard sport, not
Mhm.
even only to fight, but to live like from Muay Thai. You know, to live like fighting and like live from Muay Thai is a really hard thing to do. So everybody know that already. So I try to show like what what we can do to make that possible. You know, why I did. You know, why for me work and for many people cannot work. Like I show everybody can do the same, like the same, exactly the same. Just have to work even like me or even more than me, whatever. You know, some people gonna have more like a easy way or like a hard way, but everybody, if you work, you're gonna make the thing happen. You know, because everybody knows it's a hard thing to make here. You know, even as a foreigner, even worse. You know, like
Mhm.
even for Thais, it's really hard already. But for foreigners, you can put like even more because like they don't open too much for us, you know. But I just hope like I post things about like saying how to do, not how to do, but how to act like here, you know, like to try to like to show the way to people, you know, to people like young people who come, young trainers, like young people who want to do the thing I'm doing right now, how to do and how to like because it's a different culture here, you know, like you have to know how to act. It's not about only know what you're doing. It's not about only be a good trainer. This is not enough. You have to you have to know how to talk with the people here, how to talk with the promoters, how to know to say a yes, how to know how to say a no in different times, you know, like you have to know how to work here. You have to understand how to work to dance the music they put on, you know, like so these help a lot and I try to show that to people, you know, because it's a hard thing to learn, you know. I learned because I live here for so long, you know. And I watch a lot before, you know, how the Thais was doing, how they do, how they manage the things. And I try to take the good things, even the bad things. I try to understand how to pass for the bad things. So I can like show and teach people who is like coming now, you know, and I can like not make it easier for them, but they like show the way, you know, they know the way to go, you know, and they just can go.
One of the recent things you've done with Renan is you've made some tutorial videos showing specific situations. It's mainly in Portuguese, but can you talk about why you decide to do that and what you're hoping to do with that?
I really want to start to doing English too because like many people ask me that
Yeah.
about to do some in English. I'm gonna see when I'm gonna see how even now because like now I have more time. The gym's closed now and then I have more time to do that. Also. But I decided to do this because for in my eyes this is the main thing. You know, like people around the world like teaching a lot how to do the techniques, how to do the how to throw someone down, how to like clean someone, but they don't just they is like I cannot say no one, but almost no one is teaching how to understand the fight in the like all the fight, you know, like how to do, when to do, and why to do, you know. That's the most important thing here because you can, like I said before, like people can people can do the franchise techniques, but you're not gonna fight like franchise because he know how to fight with like in that way, and he know how to when to do his things. And foreigners don't know that because they don't have the same experience They don't understand the rules in the same way. They don't understand the gamble in the same way. So with that videos, I just try to show like why the thing's working now for me. You know, like it's not because no one is better than no one, but because it's what I posted a few days ago. Like I don't teach them to fight, how to fight. I teach them how to win. You know, I don't mean like my fight is only gonna win, of course, but I'm there to teach them to understand how to win the fight. You know, I teach them. I don't teach there. I saw many people come to the gym, punch a lot, kick a lot, clinch a lot. But when I look in their eyes, I saw it like I saw they don't understand what they're doing. You know, they just go there and make the body ready, but they don't understand the fight. You know, if you don't understand the fight, you're gonna be only one more in that sport. You know.
Mhm. And what would you say is maybe one specific thing about how to win the fight, or what is something that you really need to focus on for foreigners that they don't do?
How to fight is like is it even hard to explain, but to understand the fight is not about how much you do, is how good you do everything. Like doesn't mean you do so many things, but many people know that already, you know. But it's easy to know to say, you know, but it's different to know when you fight, because if everybody know how everybody say, many foreigners supposed to be a champion already here and don't have many champions here, you know. You see many videos from everywhere. You just have to do this and this. Yes, you know, but why you don't do in the fight? Because the fight is different. It's a different timing. It's a different thing. It's a different way when you like. You have to control your emotions. You have to understand what to do. You have to understand what you don't do right now. And for me, the thing is like people have to like understand the fight, not only train the fight, but understand the fight. Like understand why that guy clinch and do 2 knees and I do 50 knees and I'm losing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because you see, like I take so many foreigners here, even Brazilians here in the gym, and when they come like they want so much, you know, they want to do more, they want to train, but only one don't help here. You have to understand, you know, like you have to understand what you're doing. So it's understand is about your posture, is about you balance, how to do a knee with a good balance and block your opponent to do the next knee. Or even if he do the knee, he don't do a good knee like you did before. So you should understand. It's a hard thing to explain in only saying. You have to show every day, and the people gonna understand and see the fights, and then you're gonna understand. You know, but it's about. The thing I can say for the foreigners is like the guys have to watch fights and understand, and not the biggest problem with the foreigners start to complain against the rules, start to complain about the gamble.
Mm-hmm.
It's about stopping that. Of course, have time. Sometimes you're gonna have a problem, but normally you have to understand. You have to understand. You have to understand. You cannot come to. It's not a sport, and then you want to change the sport how you like. It's not like this, you know. If you need, no one invites you to come here and fight. You come because you want. So if you come because you want, you have to fight the sport you come to look for, you know. So no one come in ask you at your place like come and fight Thai. No, you come here because you want to fight Muay Thai. So Muay Thai is like that. You have to understand, not like but I cannot like I cannot understand the game, or I cannot understand that. I don't understand why I lose that fight. You lose that fight because you lose that fight. Not because they're not people don't understand. Sorry, but if you come here and you have 10, 20 fights, you're nobody. You are nobody. So why they gonna rob nobody? Come on. No one gonna rob you. They're gonna rob a big fight about a big money. Not nobody. 20 fights here, 30 fights here is nobody. So no one gonna rob you. Don't worry. If you lost, it's because you lost the fight.
Yeah, that's some great insight and information. Is there anything that you want to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
Like like about that, like that was my idea about that videos. I really like, I want to see if I can keep doing that to like try to help. Like I saw so many people make courses, or like they do a training online. Like I think this is really nice, but I don't have time for that. I don't have time to do this, and I don't really like to like do things to pay me to show online. I don't have anything against, but I don't like for myself, because also I cannot like put all my time on that. So I want to do that free videos I do, and I want to see if I can make a little bit better. And I want to see if I can make in English and see how the thing's gonna go. Because in Portuguese going like really well now, like people like and share a lot. And I want to see, if it is help, because there I'm not teaching techniques, I'm teaching situations. It's different, Many in high level is not about the technique you do, it's about how to act in the situation, how you act in the situation. It's not about the technique. The technique, everybody know how to kick. When you're a high level fighter, everyone know how to kick. Everyone know how to punch. But people act different. That's why some are better than others.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. If people are interested in following along with you, where can they reach out to you and find you?
They can find me on Instagram, Leo7Elias, Leo7Elias, and Facebook, Leonardo Elias. That's it. That.
Awesome. Well, definitely look forward to seeing more of your fighters on big shows and seeing more of you in the world and online. And hopefully we'll get to see some of those tutorial videos in English soon.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Please like, comment, subscribe, and share.